Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games and a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. Let the games begin.
You have new mail.
This is Draft Day Sports College Basketball, and it's week 49 of the Gaming Decathlon competition. I'm off to a good start this season at 5-3. And it's actually even better than you would think. I've only had 3 home games where I'm 3-0, 2-3 on the road, but all 3 of my last non-conference games are all on the road as well. So we've got a really tough non-conference schedule this year. And our next up is our rival, Portland State. We are on the road, but they are just 1-7 in quite a few divisions behind us. We'll go ahead and watch the game here. If there's ever a road game that we should come away with a win, this is it. But when it's your rival is always going to play a bit tougher. So we'll see what we can do. We've got Tyrone Hearns, Courtney Berry, Jamal Small, Andre Anderson, and Winston McCamey as our starters. We're going to go quickly through this game, as I expect, in a way, that we're going to be pretty successful here. We did get off to a quick 7-2 start, but Portland State has closed that gap a little bit now, and we're level at 11. So defense needs a little work here early on, but Courtney Perry's already picked up 6 points already, a couple assists. He is the league leader in assists with 8 per game. Very, very balanced scoring among the starters, as they are all between 6 and 7 there a moment ago, and now all between 6 and 8 points each, as we do start to stretch out the lead a little bit here as we approach halftime. For just a moment there, we were up plus 10. Total rebounds, we've only had 8 so far to Portland State's 12, so that's one area we're hurting. Part of that, though, is we are shooting well from the field. You tend to get more rebounds on the defensive end than you do on the offensive end because of positioning. So early second half here, we have pulled away a bit. It's 54-42 at the moment. So we're definitely not running away with it. But McCamey, 14 points, 16 points, now 7 of 12 shooting. Jamal Small sitting on 11, 4 of 7 shooting. Perry's got 10 himself. He's also got 7 assists and 7 rebounds. He could produce a triple-double, 8 and 9 now as he gets even closer here. Courtney Perry, potential to be a first member of the team with a triple-double. I don't think I've had one yet. I'm at 12, 9, and 9 now for Courtney Perry. The triple-double watch is on. There's a double-double in the assist category. Just 1 rebound short here for Courtney Perry. He might not get another chance. We're into the final minute. He's back on the court. Nope. Just a moment there. Didn't make it. Jamal Small, also a good game for him. And Courtney Perry steps back in for the final buzzer. So 16 points, 10 assists, 9 rebounds. So close for Courtney Perry in that one. There just weren't a lot of rebounds for my team, just 29. We actually had fewer than Portland State, but part of that is we shot 48% from the field. And so did Portland State. Both teams actually shot the ball really, really well in this game. Final score, 86-75. Portland State actually did close us down a little bit there down the stretch. That was absolutely the Courtney Perry show today. Let's see, we did lose some of that gap that we had opened up on Portland State, on the Vikings there, a.k.a. the Pillagers, here in game. Which, by the way, if you do get one of these games yourself, they are completely, can be edited throughout. So you can change all of that, but without a mod to just download and say, hey, I'm using this mod. I didn't want to get into licensing, and the NCAA, which of course this game is based on, they are quite particular about that. Just primarily because their players aren't paid, at least not officially, right? with some things that have come up. So next up we have Troy in a week. They are just 2-6, so we have another chance to pick up another road victory. So let's go ahead and finish off the week here. We'll get into that next one as we are now 6-3. We've got a chance to go plus 500 on the road here in that next game. Certainly not a given. See if we see any boost to that RPI with the road win. Certainly not a top team that we beat in Portland State, but a road win is always good for your stats.
You have new mail.
RPI actually drops, so we drop 7 places winning our game. Let's see, just win. It's Courtney Perry, John Mapp. John Mapp has been involved in a lot, and I'm gonna do something about it for the first time here. So let's take a look at the roster. John Mapp here. He's a senior, but barely involved in the game. Courtney Perry, also a senior, but it's been every incident that's come up this season has involved John Mapp. He does get 6.4 points per game, so he does play a bit, but yeah, he's very much on the hated side. He's on the very likable side, personality-wise. So, surprising, actually, that he has been involved in so many incidents. But we're going to go ahead and give him a call. And I'm going to say stop getting into fights. Okay, end call. Good. Let's check in on the academic side. How are we doing? GPA. Winston McCamey and Travis Snow both struggling. Snow should be back here really soon. This is going to shake things up as he's got that GPA. Let's call both of these guys and tell them to get back on it. He's actually getting tutored now. He's got 10 days left on that. So let's go with the academics and say study more for a couple weeks. There we go. And Travis Snow, just to make sure that GPA is where you need it, you've got 1 week left. Let's go ahead and call him, and we'll do a single week. We're going to go 1 week, and we're going to go academics, and we're going to say study more for 1 week, and end call. So here in 6 days, we find out whether he makes it or not. By the way, 4.5 stars, Travis Snow, and he's been ineligible all season, which is just a shame. All right, recruiting, not much going on right now, as I have Milton. We're on top of his list. Let's see, Jenkins, recent addition. We're not showing up on his or Moore's list as of yet. So hopefully something can happen with those guys over time. And let's see, how are we doing? Budget 21,000. We've got plenty. I'm going to scout Moore live. I'm going to scout Jenkins live just to do something to try to boost him. Milton, I might as well do him as well as I've got the money. Those are the 3 scholarships that are out, besides Steele, who's already signed. Alright, let's go ahead and get through the week. And at the end of the week here, we will get our results on whether we get Travis Snow back and whether we still have Winston McCamey for the rest of the season. Troy now at 2-7. Like our chances. But again, any time you're on the road, nothing's guaranteed. We do get the win, though, 7-3 now. Alabama is next. They are just 3-6, but they are definitely in a higher division than these other opponents. So this is the tougher of those final 3 road games. It'd be great if we can go 3-0 in the 3 of them. This last one, Alabama's still coming up here in a few days.
You have new mail. You have new mail.
All right. No word yet. GPA. Cammy hangs on to 2.2. Travis Snow 2.3. And there is no more I. He is not ineligible any longer. Which means it is time to change the depth chart. Travis Snow, yeah. 4.5 stars. Dude. Okay. Courtney Perry has been just tearing it up with 7.7 assists per game. So I'm going to put Perry to point guard. Hearns is going to get replaced by Snow in the lineup. And then, look at that quality around the perimeter. Now that makes Tyrone Hearns somebody I want to get back up there. So Regis, Sims, Norville. Oop, wrong way, 70. Okay, let's keep going. Hearns above Waltman, above Fitz. Now I kind of have a 9-man rotation here. John Mapp, Eisenhower, and Hearns. Hearns putting up the bigger numbers here. 12 points per game, so we'll put him up to 6th man. And I can pull some of these guys off point guard now, like Waltman and Norville. Waltman's putting up some okay numbers, so we'll take down... Well, actually it's Waltman who doesn't belong at the point guard position, so we'll take him off of there. And it's time for that rotation to change. So even though we're at 7-3, we definitely want to get our best player in there. So let's do a new sub matrix and we'll see where we're at. So Waltman down to 6 minutes, Fitz at 10, Eisenhower at 4, Courtney Perry 32 minutes, Hearns, wow, just 8 minutes, John Mapp at 14, McCammy's getting 30, Small's getting 32, Anderson's getting 30, Travis Snow 34 minutes, Norville not even playing at this point, Regis not playing, and Mike Sims not playing. Alright, so Hearns obviously the one who's going to lose a lot of time here, but Perry, Snow, and Small, what a dangerous trio those guys are going to be. We'll try that for a game, see how it goes. Check recruiting, not much to do right now really. Let's see, did I pick up anything more? Jenkins, Milton, we're still on top. Ashburn, we don't have an offer out, but we are number 7 on his list. Just evaluation right now, so not much going on there. Let's go ahead and finish up that non-conference schedule, and yeah, let's go ahead and sim the week. There's nothing to see here with Alabama, even though it is the first game for Snow. And we get the win, so we go to 8-3, which is excellent. That's a 5-3 road record so far this season, and we are 3-0 at home. And of course, for the conference schedule, we're gonna get half those games at home. So this is looking like a real good season at this point. Sadly, my RPI continues to drop as I've played the last couple of games against lower ranked teams, but Alabama was a little bit higher up division-wise. So we could see that RPI come back up a bit. It does. Bounces back up to 44 now. All right, let's take a quick look at the standings, see where everyone is. Of course, conference schedule is about to get underway, but here is everyone's current standings. So DeLand just 4-7 this year, but they, like me, have only had a few home games. A lot of low records. Charleston 6-5. Of course, I'm 8-3. Towson is 7-4, but they had 4 home games. Their RPI is 10th in the nation at the moment, though. Wow. Okay. So we gotta watch out for this Towson side. We'll take a look as to when we play them. A lot of between 3-8 and 5-6s out there. So a lot of okay records. Boston's 5-6. There's Bethlehem at 6-5. But really, Towson, the only team that's really looking that good. I mean, Charleston, even though they're 6-5, they had 6 games at home, 5-1. I mean, they still have a low RPI. So it's Towson and I are the only ones that are anywhere near inside the top 100. Charleston Southern 104. So let's take a look at that schedule to see what and when. There's Towson on the road. That's going to be a challenging game. I would say Towson's going to be the favorite for that one. All right, so here's Courtney Perry still. He's a leader in assists by a couple per game. So he's having that real good season, but we'll see how he does now at point guard. Jamal Small leading the way, 13 points per game. Courtney Perry actually also leading in the rebounds category. And we are second in the nation in assists, 21st in scoring. All right, well, let's get to it. Let's keep things moving along here. So we'll get through this week. We lose our first game of the season. It was a road game. We've got Boston now, 5-7. That was just felt like one too many road games in a row. And here we are again on the road at Boston. This is about my 6th straight road game. We haven't been home in ages. Oh, and we drop another. We drop to 8-5, 0-2 now. We're finally going to go home to Bethlehem. So, to me, that schedule was absolutely brutal this season. Only 3 home games in the non-conference schedule, and I've been a month on the road, and it seems like it finally caught up to us, and I've absolutely suffered for it. We've got East Providence, Charleston coming up here after Bethlehem and Dallas. Let's take a quick look at the stats, though, and see what's going on here. Let's go with the game started here. So, what has Travis Snow done? He has not shot the ball well at all. Just 7 points per game. Since coming into the side, he is picking up 4 assists. Poor start for Travis Snow. Of course, Hearn's numbers immediately have dipped. He was at 12 points per game, wasn't he? All right. think we're going to need to watch this next game against Bethlehem to see if I can get a sense of what's going on with the team, as we've lost 2 straight and 2 out of 3 since Travis Snow became eligible.
You have new mail.
So as the team should have gotten better, we've done worse. All right, so we are both 8-5 here. But we finally have a home game where we have not played for a very long time. We go at a quick start, up 4-0 here. Small McCamey with the early buckets. Really poor shooting, though, as we are just 3 of 9. Meanwhile, though, Bethlehem still, that was their first bucket 7 minutes into the game before they finally made a shot, yet we only have a small lead. So we could be up by a lot, but we were shooting poorly as well. Now, shooting a bit better at 50%, 10 of 20. We're plus 4 on rebounds early on. We're plus 4 on turnovers early on. Perfect from the charity stripe. If we were shooting the three-point ball a little bit better, I would think we'd be up by a lot. But speaking of, as we approach halftime, we were up fairly big there. Bethlehem has had a couple buckets here, try to minimize the damage, but as we approach halftime, it's 42-27, 44-29 halftime score. So McCamey, big scorer here with 12 early on, 5 of 10 shooting. Perry's already got 5 assists, but only 3 points himself on 1 of 4 shooting. Anderson also struggling at 1 of 4. There's Travis Snow with 7 points and a couple assists, 5 rebounds. Small and Perry both have 6 rebounds. So 57-44. So we're holding about a 10 to 15 point lead here down the stretch. So we're looking pretty good there. Rebounds are still plus 3. Turnovers, huge margin, plus 12 on the turnovers. And that's really the difference in this one. Free throws, I'm getting absolutely hammered. 19 of 30. 19 of 30. Meanwhile, we've had 10 of 13. So we could be up by 40 points if the free throw attempts were a little bit closer to each other. 83-60 is the final score. McCamey puts up 24 big points for the day to dominate this one. His counterpoint did at least score 12 himself. But we've got quite a few players in double figures. Perry with 11 and 8 and 6. Always hovering around that triple-double kind of margin. Alright, well, nothing looked off today, though Travis Snow didn't have a big game, so a little surprising there. I'm curious about taking a look at the roster again and see, is he still showing up as 4 stars, or has he been reevaluated? No, he's still coming up at 4.5. Okay. Not great on inside field goals or jumpers. Handles the ball pretty well. Yeah, I don't know if that's 4.5 stars. I mean, you look at Small and Perry. Right, they're both better on jumpers. They're all very similar on passing. Rebounds, very similar. Defense, very similar, though Small is the better defender. Steals. Oh, there's the intelligence. See, Snow should be doing a lot better than he is. I don't know if it's because he's not played all season. Okay, next up is Dallas at home. They are 7-7. I would hope that we should win every home game this season. I think the team is good enough, strong enough. We might get surprised once, but otherwise I think we could win every home game. It's what we do on the road that's going to have an impact. And of course, after winning all those road games in a row, we enter the conference schedule and immediately go on the road and lose our first 2 games. There we go. So 10-5 now, 2-2 in conference. Next up is back on the road again. East Providence. I'm hoping that we're going to have a little momentum now. We've on back-to-back wins.
You have new mail.
Finally had a chance to go home for a little bit, and hopefully we've recovered. And now we can go in
new mail.
and at least pick up 1 win, if not more, here. East Providence, and we're going to have Charleston at home. So we should easily go 1-1, but it would be nice if we get both of these games. And, here we go. So another team incident report, and it's Courtney Perry and John Mapp again. I'm going to have another talk to these guys. But also, Kevin Milton has made his decision, and Kevin Milton is coming to our school. Even though he's only number 319, he was the best small forward of the ones that I had left in terms of what I've scouted in their abilities. So I got the guy I wanted on that, which is really good. So that makes 2. I do have 5 scholarships available, but I'm only looking to sign 4 players at this point. And let's see here. Let's check in on the recruiting again. We're still on evaluation. DeWitt's coming up a little bit now. He is not one of the guys we have an offer out on, though, but Milton has signed. Moore, anything yet? No. Jenkins, anything there? I'll go ahead and do scouting again on these guys. And might as well hit up DeWitt as well, just in case. Scout him. And watch film on those 3 guys. And watch film on Milton and Steele just to get an update. See if everything's still kosher. I'd really like to get both wins this week. This would be a good week for that. Just after that slow start to the conference schedule, I'd really like to get both of these. And yes, we do get that one. We've got Charleston at home next. I definitely think we should be getting this one. Like I said, I think there's a pretty decent chance that we are perfect at home this season, because there's really only the one team in conference besides ourselves that had a really, really good non-conference part to their year that are in that top 100 in the RPI, and we've got them on the road. So they are not coming to our home at all. So with that being said, I don't think there's anybody in the conference that should give us a real threat at home. That doesn't mean we're going to be perfect. You can always lose one. There's another win. So 12-5, 4-2. We do get that one as predicted. Next up is Princeton. It's a road game, but they are only 6-11. But now that we've won 4 straight, there could be a loss somewhere.
You have new mail
in the books for us, but I think Princeton's a beatable team. So we've got Princeton and then Appalachian State. Appalachian State a lot weaker this year, 8-10, but they are 4-2 in conference. So they are working their way up. They're a pretty good team. And look at that, 2 of their losses were both teams ranked number 8 at the time that they played them. Princeton, meanwhile, though, just 2-4 in conference. Is that this is a more winnable game. RPI is outside of the top 300. Let's go ahead and get right into this next week. See how we do. I think the Appalachian State game definitely should be a win. This Princeton one, less sure about, even though Appalachian State's a much better team than Princeton. It's that home and away thing. Got the win though, 13-5 now, 5-2 in conference. Now we're starting to move up those standings, though I haven't really looked at them since we started the conference schedule. It's a little too ugly after an 0-2 start, but with Appalachian State at 8-11, this should definitely be a home win for us. There it is. Okay, so now 14-5. Record's starting to look really good. 6-2 in conference. So after that 0-2 ugly start, now we're looking pretty good. Now we've got 2 tough road games down the stretch, and one of them is coming up next, Charleston Southern. So I think they were third highest ranked team in the conference. They were just outside of the top 100 in RPI when we looked earlier. And yeah, they're a little bit lower now, 5-3 in conference, but that's good. They've stayed above 500, both in conference and out. They didn't lose by a whole lot to Winston-Salem, and that was the number 7 team in the country, and they were on the road. RPI still at 139, still over 500, so Charleston Southern, that's going to be a tough game for us on the road. Towson is also our next home game, sandwiched, and wow, their RPI is at 37 right now. They are just 5-3 at the moment, though, in conference. Montana State, sandwiched in between those 2 games, that's a definite win for us. NC Asheville, that's one of the tougher home games we got to play. Arkansas Little Rock, very winnable road game. Ohio, not so easy. Ooh, we're going to get another bracket breaker Sunday game here against San Diego State, who are 7-1 in conference, 13-6 overall. We are at home for that one, at least. The Boston game at home, very winnable. And we've got to play Bethlehem again here at the end of the season on the road. So that's going to be a tall order on that one. So of our 4 road games left, I'd say nothing's going to be easy, but Arkansas, Little Rock, definitely winnable. We could go 1-3 in those, but I would love to see us go 2-2 on the road and then win everything at home. And 4 losses in conference might be enough. So Albany right now is 6-2. Wow, considering they're still under 500, that's pretty big. But there's Charleston Southern and Towson and Bethlehem, all kind of right there at the top, and Boston, Ohio too. So Albany, the only one that I'm clear of. All right, so big road game here. This would be a huge win if we get this one. I'd really say probably 50-50 on this game, that we've got enough to get the win. I like our chances, but the fact that we're on the road, if we were playing that at home, I'd say we've got this game.
You have new mail.
And we get the win. Excellent. That was the one that I felt like if we could steal that one, if we can get that win, we're in pretty good shape down the stretch here because we are 7-2 in conference. I don't think we're going to beat Towson. I think Towson will beat us. But we might be able to win out the rest of the games or have one more road loss down the stretch. And I think 12-4 is definitely enough. Montana State, they're just 6-14. This should be a win, but hey, we could get complacent. It's when you think you got it that you end up losing. We do get the win, though. So 8-2 in conference, 16-5. We've got a really good record. We will watch the Towson game here next. Let's see how that one goes. Winston McCamey, almost 15 points per game now. Courtney Perry has dropped a bit in the assists. Moving over to the point guard where he's actually asked to do those duties. It's gotten a little tougher on him as he's not as strong in that position. But Travis Snow stepping up, 6 rebounds per game. Nearly 1 block per game since he's come in. And Courtney Perry leading the way in steals. We are now 5th in the nation in points. Assists, we remain in 2nd. Turnover, 2nd. So put up some really good offensive numbers. Steals, also doing real well in top 3, not giving up very much at all. So we're hanging on to the ball quite well. RPI sitting at 50th, even though we've won 8 straight games. Just as low ranked as our conference is, it's just not bouncing back. Okay, quick glance at recruits. Okay, Clark now a double plus. We're 10th on his list, so these guys are coming along to us, which is good. The assistant manager continues to do some work. Moore also at a double plus now. Jenkins still only a single plus. Ashburn is now a triple plus at 7th, despite there not being an offer. But Milton has already signed, so small forward, he's already got the GPA. SAT scores are out. Okay, here. SAT scores are out now, and we've got 1 player ineligible, Collins. So I need to get him removed from my list. 960 SAT minimum for the school. He ended up 10 points shy. This is much less a problem than it used to be for me as I pay attention to that GPA a lot more. That does shorten the list a little bit, and I suppose while I'm at it, I should take a quick look. So, of course, we've got Steele, but see if any of these other guys have gone off and signed anywhere else, like McCrae heading to North Carolina. So, McCrae is out. And as the small forward, not going to miss him. The funny thing is both DeWitt and Ashburn, the other 2 small forwards besides Milton, are both favorably looking at us. But at this point, with a power forward and small forward signed, and I'm not looking for a center this year, that means I'm down to the 1 guard and the 2 guard. Point guard, shooting guard is all we are lacking. And while I've got guys that are yeses on the offer, it doesn't necessarily mean, in fact, Moore has dropped to a C overall. I think it's time that, let's see here, let's do another update, and we're going to watch film on everybody and get an update. Alright, so I'm actually down to a list of 10, so I might as well watch Milton and Steele again, get a new update on them. So I could end up switching off, especially Moore if he's down to a C. Alright, let's get back to this. We've got Towson coming up here in about a day. If we win this one, I think we're going to cruise to the title this season. This is absolutely our biggest contender in the conference this year, anyway. All right, we're going to do so quickly as we're almost out of time for this episode, and we're not even to the postseason yet. Okay, well, we get the quick start, up 4-0, 7-2 now, 9-2 there for a moment, so very quick start to the game, but Towson then goes on a quick run and even takes the lead before we get another bucket. We have recovered without the use of a timeout. And looking at things, rebounds +2, turnovers -1, but it's early in that area. We are shooting better than they are. We're 5 of 5 in free throws. We're just not shooting the 3-ball well to get this game started, but it is a back and forth here early on. Again, we are on the road. Courtney Perry hasn't even attempted a shot yet. As Hearns enters the game. Perry comes back in a short while later, just 2 assists for him, but Travis Snow helping to carry the team, and McCamey definitely helping to carry the team with 12 points already early on in this one, though he's only shooting 3 of 9 from the field. Snow's got 4 assists, and we start the second half with a bit of a lead, down 37-30, but Towson with the 3-pointer closing it back down a little bit. Do take a little bit of a lead on us there, as this is very much a tight game. I'm going to use a 30 here early in this half to try to build some momentum for us, as they've got a little bit of a momentum right now going there. Finally, that timeout gets used, and immediately their momentum went away and starts to go our direction a little bit, as we now have a lead, and we're slowing it down a little bit here for the final 5 minutes of the game. Travis Snow on 10 points, 5 of 10 shooting. Not getting a lot of support. It's Snow, it is McCamey today. Perry starting to step up, 3 of 3 shooting, 8 points now, so late in this game, but as we get down to 4 minutes, we trail by 2. We're -1 on rebounds, we're only +2 on turnovers, an area where we're normally really strong. We are shooting a little bit better from the field, but it's pretty close. Free throws, bad day from the office at just 59%. We are normally up around 80-85% in that department. 3-pointers, though, still hurting us. Just 3 of 14 on the day, and they are 12 of 31. That is absolutely the difference. They are not shooting well from the field overall, but they are shooting well from beyond the arc, and that's the difference. And we are in the final minutes. Whoa. We're going to use a timeout here with 28 seconds. We trail by 5. It looks like we're going to go down. We get a 2 there. Small makes a 2-pointer. We get the rebound for Perry. We don't get another shot off, as they were able to burn the clock all the way down to the end. And so we never got another shot in, and we lose by 3. Towson 73-70. And the only thing that went for them was they shot 12 of 32 from 3. And we had a poor day beyond the arc. That was the difference. Otherwise, we would have won by quite a bit. And I bet you anything, Mike Payne here was the guy. 18 points, 6 of 14 shooting. Otherwise, we dominated most areas. McCamey, 23 points for him, 11 rebounds. Great double-double there. Perry was pretty quiet on the day. He only had 4 shot attempts total. But that appears to be it right there. So the 3-ball. And mostly from Mike Payne, who we did not shut down today. So we actually make it closer than I expected. I really did think we were going to lose that game, so no surprise by that. But if we would have defended the 3-ball a little bit better, if we would have shot the 3-ball a little bit better, we would have won, and won pretty comfortably. So positive sign there, that it was literally just one aspect of the game, and we controlled all the rest. Because there's a good chance that we could play them in the conference championship game. So I think we're still well on our way to appearing there. We're 8-3 right now. This NC Asheville game should definitely be a win. And it is 9-3. This Arkansas Little Rock one. Oh, we have an injured player. There is an injured player. And there's another team incident report. I got 2 guys that literally just hate each other. Top 30 Norton candidates. I don't think I have anybody this year. Nope. Team incident. Heath Petty and Travis Snow. But this team just down each other's throat a little bit this year. Another team incident report. Heath Petty, Travis Snow. Alright, let's get to the roster. And it's Hearns and Anderson actually are both hurt. Let's see here. So let's check out the injuries. Hearn's out for 4 days, just sore. Back spasms for Andre Anderson. It's going to affect him a little bit. He's going to have some fewer minutes, but otherwise I think both of them are going to play through it. But what I need is Heath Petty, the redshirt freshman, is fighting with Travis Snow. Let's see, what do we have? Poor work ethic, bad personality, but he's on the team. He's very likable. But I'm going to tell him to stop fighting. There we go. And then we'll also give a call to Courtney Perry. Forget that, coach. You're talking to the wrong guy about the problems. Let's drop it before I get really mad. Really? Well, that's a first. Let's take a look at, oh yeah, bad work ethic, personality, fairly disruptive, fairly hated. There's your problem right there in this one. But relationships are fairly excellent overall, so a little surprising in that one. Alright, well, let's get back to it as... let's not get back to it. I just saw the time. I'm out of time on this one. So we are close to the end of the season. Let's take a look at the standings now. Towson and I tied on top at 9-3 apiece. Albany at 8-4. And there's still a whole list of contenders close behind at 7-5. If we did not open up with back-to-back losses to open the season... for example, if we were 11-1 right now, life would be different. If we were even just 10-2, I think we'd be pretty comfortable and on our way. Right now, we don't have much room for error, and this Arkansas Little Rock game is certainly the potential. They're 6-6 in conference, so they are not a bad team. And down the stretch here, there's only one other road game at least. We've got 4 games left in conference. We've got 5 games left on the season as a whole, 3 of them at home. But Ohio 7-5 in conference, Boston 5-7, and Bethlehem 7-5 in conference. So these are all middle of the road teams. None of them are bad, and we've already lost to Ohio and Boston. We get them both at home this time, but Bethlehem, who we crushed at home, we've got to take them on the road. So this is not going to be the easiest final 4 games of the season. And then we've got some work to do still. And we've got conference playoffs. I think we are on our way to a tournament, definitely at 17-6. But can we win the conference? Can we get into the NCAA? And can we get out of the first round? All to find out in the next episode, because that's going to do it for this one. I'm Decathlon Gamer. And remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe and tune in next time on my road to the record. Bye for now.